Hey guys, Super Console Final Wars here, and today I'm going to be just making a little theory video on something that has been on my mind for a while. And that is, what would happen if Rexy from Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Jurassic World Dominion, the main T-Rex of the franchise, what would happen if she met Big and Little Eatie from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, both in Season 4 and 5? Today I'm going to be explaining my own little theory on what would happen if these three Rexes met each other. So without further ado, let us get started. So, this could go rather one or two ways. It could go rather, let's say, Rexy rather ends up on the island where they're at, or Big and Little Eatie ended up on the island where Rexy is at, aka Isla Nublar. Let's say that they end up at Isla Nublar. Big and Little Eatie decided ended up in a different enclosure than what Rexy is currently in. Mainly because they were scared. Mainly because, obviously the company was scared on what would happen if Rexy met these two Rexes. And plus, one of the scientists says that T-Rexes are very territorial and they won't hesitate to attack another Rex. Unless they're seeking out a mate. But not knowing that T-Rexes are more willing to be in a pack as long as there's one in charge. One T-Rex that's in charge. As long as there's one big Rex who is the one who's calling the shots, who gets to eat first, or whatever, something like that, then the decision will come up to that big Rex in particular. So, and when the Indominus Rex breaks out, Claire tells her buddy to let out Rexy, but at the same time, he also lets out Big and Little Eatie. Rexy ends up battling the Indominus Rex. However, her roars are attracting Big and Little Eatie. Curious is Big Eatie tells her daughter to stay where she's at, while she goes to check out, see how things are. When she arrives, she sees another T-Rex on the ground. She's obviously crying out for help. This is more like a different timeline. Basically, like, instead of Blue saving Rexy, it's Big and Little Eatie come to save Rexy. Big Eatie gives out a battle cry, not just a battle cry, but calling out to her daughter. And mother and daughter charge at the Indominus, obviously attacking her at once. Seeing other two Rexes for the first time, Rexy is sort of confused on where do they come from. But at the same time, she's also very happy. Because all her years of being alone, she always wanted to have some company. So, seeing other two Rexes and seeing the little one getting hurt, this gets Rexy's attention, it snaps back to reality, and just attacks the Indominus. And instead of the Mosasaurus killing the Indominus Rex, it's Big, Little, and Rexy. Rexy, Big, and Little Eatie who kill the Indominus Rex. It goes like something like this. Big Eatie grabs the Indominus Rex by the leg, and Little Eatie grabs the Indominus Rex by the tail, and they slam her to the ground. Rexy puts her foot down on the Indominus Rex and bites her throat, crushing her windpipe and just killing her instantly. Rexy looks at these other two Rexes. Obviously, with Rexy being way more experienced and way more older and wiser, Big Eatie made the right call and submitted to her. And Rexy thanks them for saving her life, and not only that, allows them to stay in her territory as long as they follow her rules. As long as they follow her rules, she will let them stay in her territory. Obviously, Big and Little Eatie agree. For the next few years on the island, Rexy has enjoyed the company of Big and Little Eatie. Little Eatie has acted more like a little sister to Rexy. Not only that, Rexy has also been acting more like a real good friend to Big Eatie. With two other Rexes by her side, Rexy asserts herself as the dominant, the apex predator on Isla Nublar. And all dinosaurs at first feared Rexy for all her life because she was always a lone wolf. Now with these other two T-Rexes by her side, now they need to be scared of her even more, especially Blue. Because Blue is alone, and not just that, with her not helping Rexy out the first time, and the fact that there's two T-Rexes, that means they can easily grab her and kill her even if she makes an attempt to attack Rexy. Luckily, Blue makes it official to stay away from Rexy's territory. With these two other T-Rexes there, obviously, it was a no-win situation. So Blue made the right call and stay on her side of the island, as long as Rexy and her pack stays on their side of the island. Once before long, until the events of Fallen Kingdom happened, Rexy and Big and Little Eatie were forced to leave their home behind, and they obviously ended up in the mainland. Oh, and also this book contains the spoilers for Jurassic World Dominion, so yeah, just giving you guys a real quick heads up. So yeah, if you don't want me spoiled for those who have not seen Jurassic World Dominion, might as well leave now. Just a little quick heads up. Anyways, moving on. So after escaping Lockwood Manor, Rexy, Big, and Little Eatie have been searching for a new home. Little Eatie is just scared, mainly because she has not been into this alien world. Rexy is doing the best she can to comfort her pack member. Her job as the alpha of her pack is obviously her responsibility to make sure that her pack member is calm. Obviously, with her being the big bad alpha, and with Big Eatie is more like second in command. Well, yeah. With Big Eatie acting as second in command, she's doing her best to calm her daughter down. Also, until they get transported to the Bison Sanctuary, where they ended up in a new surroundings, very similar to the island where Big and Little Eatie spend the majority of their time at, before being transported to Isla Nublar where they met Rexy. Obviously, the trio also are getting used to their new surroundings. And the whole situation between the Giga and Rexy, in that one scene in Jurassic World Dominion where they were fighting over a deer, that would be more like the Giga retreating because there's 3 T-Rexes and only one of him. So obviously, there's a no-win situation on that point. Anyways, when the fire happened, and when all the animals were told to head to the sanctuary, obviously the big fight between Rexy and the Giga began. Rexy told Big and Little Eatie to stand back and let her do this one. However, she struggles and almost gets herself killed. Luckily, Big and Little Eatie come in to rescue their alpha, their packmate, their family member within a way. Together, for Big, Little, and Rexy, Big and Little Eatie, along with Rexy, they teamed up and killed the Giga. And Rexy has earned the title as the true apex predator in this valley. And after that, the trio ends up meeting two other T-Rexes, who are in fact Buck and Doe from Jurassic Park 2. Luckily, Rexy tells Eatie, Big and Little Eatie to stand down. And obviously, Buck and Doe decided to join their pack. Rexy now officially has a bigger pack. And all the animals in the Biosin Sanctuary now have something to fear. Rexy's not just the official apex predator, but she has a family. She has a pack. And with Big Eatie as her second in command, and the second strongest T-Rex in her pack, things were looking very bright for Rexy. The only thing she was missing was a legacy of her own. Basically, she was missing offspring. She couldn't reproduce on her own, and she needed a mate. However, Buck was already taken. So things are starting to look down for Rexy. For now, at least. But for now, with her pack, she's happy. With her gigantic pack, with Buck, Doe, Big, and Little Eatie by her side, she has nothing to fear. So that was just my little theory on what would happen if Rexy met Big and Little Eatie. Mostly a few things would change here and there. I personally do not think that Rexy will act aggressive towards Big and Little Eatie, because if she met T-Rexes before, that means she knows how to communicate. She knows how to get along with them. So it was obvious from the start that Rexy would want to make a pack. So that way he will no longer have to be alone. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the comments below, what would you think what would happen if Rexy met Big and Little Eatie? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and peace out.